What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. I'm going to give you guys my up-to-date Yubel deck list for the new format. Now, this is going to be my list without the FiendSmith build. I will be adding the FiendSmith stuff to this deck because that stuff is just insane. I'm going to slowly pick it up. If you guys been watching my vlogs, you guys already know. But for you guys that haven't been watching my vlogs, FiendSmith stuff is very expensive. We all know it makes all these decks tier 0 like Snake Eyes and Yubel mainly. However, this list is no FiendSmith. It has the Phantom, obviously, and it currently went undefeated at 2 different locals. Last week, pre the release of FiendSmith, I went undefeated with a draw at a Nintendo Switch tournament. So I didn't win the Switch because I got that draw, but I got some awesome store credit. This week, I actually went undefeated, got first place. Actually tied for first place with someone else because it was a box tournament this Friday, and the guy that I tied with played Vanquish Soul. I got his deck profile coming up either today or tomorrow, but we didn't play each other because my shop ended the tournament after round 4. So we technically should have had 5 rounds, but we ended after round 4 because the locals was getting late, and of course the shop owners had to go home. So this list technically went undefeated at 2 different locals. First place at the most recent locals during the FiendSmith metagame, and I did beat 2 FiendSmith Snake Eyes decks with this non-FiendSmith Yubel deck, so that's something to show for. This deck is really good and really consistent, and yeah, I just want to show you guys the list and get straight into it. And at this point in the video, like the video and leave a comment and subscribe for more. Liking and leaving comments helps me out a lot in the algorithm, so if you guys can do that, I highly appreciate it. 1 Yubel, because you only need 1. I know some people are still trying to run 2, but especially with the FiendSmith stuff, you only need 1. But yeah, this is a good list for people who can't afford the FiendSmith stuff and or who's not going to pay for it. Like, I'm not paying for it either. I'm just going to slowly pick it up. And like I said, this list has performed at 2 different locals. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. 1 second form, you don't need a third form. Third form is bad. Even with Phantom, you can technically shuffle back the third form to bring out Phantom. However, you just don't need it. You want to preserve your actual deck space for stuff because this is a 40 card deck. Then 3 spirits. I don't know how I'm gonna modify my deck when I do get the engravers, but right now I've always ran 3 spirits and it's just done me good. I mean, because he could save you from this losing in the battle phase against Tempeyes and just in general. He's a hand trap. On top of that, if you open up this with Nightmare Pain, that's a semi-full combo, and or worst case scenario in a Phantom Yubel, and or other combos depending on what route you want to go. 1 Chaos Summon the Beast with 2 Dark Back in the Beast. This package is really good, especially because ever since the release of Phantom, you never really are going to go into your Degen Buster anymore, and you really only ran the 3rd Dark Back in the Beast because this is kind of a brick. But because of Phantom Yubel, this is not a brick anymore because you can always shuffle this back with a Yubel monster to make Phantom. So this is never bad. This is always live, and I like it, honestly. I'm going to keep running it because it's that good. 2 Gray Swarmers. I've been running this for the longest. Don't need 3. I know everybody and their mama is running 3. People, all the YouTubers, other YouTubers say run 3. I disagree with that. 2 is just fine, bro. 3 is overkill. Like, I get it, but you need 2. Nothing more, nothing less. Just like in Heroes, 2 increase, the rule of 2, nothing more, nothing less. There's no real argument for running 3, in my opinion, because, like, it's good to have, but you can't use this effect more than once. Like, if you can use this effect more than once, I'll be like, okay, you got me. You run 3 of them things, but 2 is good. You don't want to always opening him up. Like, opening him up is good, but you do want something to search with Nightmare Pain. Having 2 of these in your hand is kind of redundant. 3 Samsardi Lotus. That's a staple. You run 3 of that because 1 card combo starter, get you a big board. You guys already know the deal. 1 Shavara. In this list, you may, if you guys are not going to run a FiendSmith stuff or you just want to run this deck without it, find some different extra deck slots for Shavara. You can definitely consider adding the Princess package back in. I don't have Princess package in currently, but I always find myself randomly winning with just the Shavara. Sometimes I do Fiend lock myself and I have to get rid of Shavara off the board, which I do end up making Anguish to bring it back to following turn with the Unchained Trap, but I'll show you guys in a minute my extra deck. Well, yeah. So I make it work. You just got to really think because a lot of times you find yourself locking into him, so finding easier ways with this build to get rid of him is good, so that way you won't be Fiend locked, so that way you can make your Veritas. Then time for the hand traps. 3 Ghost Ogres, they're really good. 3 Ash Blossoms, they're really good. I took out Ghost Bell for 3 Effect Veilers, and this has been killing it recently at locals. Ghost Bell was decent for the YCS when I went to YCS Indianapolis and made day 2. However, even then on my way to the YCS, I was debating on Veiler versus Ghost Bell. And I'm satisfied with my Ghost Belt because I did help me out a lot. But I think Valor is almost just as good, honestly. Valor is just insane, especially for locals. I won a lot of games against Snake Eyes just from going Imperm, Valor, Ghost Belt, Ash, or whatever. So I literally won a game last week. I went Imperm, Valor, and the dude just lost. So it wasn't nothing he could do. So I think this is pretty good for the foreseeable future. One Mature Chronicle, this helps you combo without the FiendSmith stuff is so good. Getting that extra Yubel back to link off to link climb is insane. One Reese map for those hands where you draw awkward hands. I don't run 3. I think 3 is unnecessary because this is a combo deck and it's very consistent thanks to Phantom, because Phantom shuffles back your bad cards. And there's a lot of combos where you go Phantom just to link them off, then you make another Phantom during the end phase. So it's really good. Yeah, Prairie Reese map is nuts. It literally won me a game yesterday because my hand was kind of bad. But because of the Reese map, I paid a 4K, go grab my level 1. My opponent didn't have any hand traps, and it was GG no re. 1 Terraforming, 3 Thrones, I think that's standard. 1 Call by the Grave. I know some people don't run Call by the Grave anymore, which is crazy to me. This card wins me so many games. Run the Call by the Grave. If you guys are considering, don't want to run it, you want to run this card. The card is too good not to run. 2 Nightmare Pains. You don't need 3. 2 is just fine. I think a lot of players has caught on to 2. Some people even run 1. I think y'all are crazy. Maybe when I get the FiendSmith stuff, I can cut it down to 1. Maybe. But there's so many times where I go into 2 a lot, and I win a lot of my games because of Nightmare Pain. A lot of you Bell players aren't trying to win with simplified game states, but bro, you got to take advantage of Nightmare Pain, man. I win literally so many freaking games, and I'm gonna put emphasis on that crap. So many freaking games from this. Having Nightmare Pain up, my opponent leave a monster in attack mode or a heavy defense mode, and I just Yubel crash for game, and they sit over there looking ugly in the face. So I'm telling you guys, this is really good. Take advantage of it. Utilize all of your win conditions. Everything don't have to be no big fancy finish. Sometimes you can just beat them in under 4 summers by going Yubel, crash, main phase 2, detach the material, burn you for 2K per game. Train package, GG no re, like you want to run that stuff. So yeah, 2 of these, no exceptions, but yeah. Or if you just run the 1, you can recycle it back with the opening of Spirit Gates. Make sure you take advantage of that effect, burning damage, because it's so good. 1 for 1, 3 openings, so good. 1 Unchained, Abominable, you kind of need it. I prefer this over the other trap that pops. This helps you play over board breakers, and it helps you, even if you go, so like I told you earlier in the profile, I have times when I do go Shivara, I don't want to waste my, you have a weird situation where you have to get Shivara out the field to make a playable board. You might want to go Anguish. Even going Anguish and leaving Anguish on the board, your opponent getting rid of your Anguish, or you link your Anguish off into like an Appaloosa, for example. On your following turn, you being able to bring back your Anguish to link off an opponent's monster for something else is so good. So yeah, this card's insane, bro. Y'all tripping if y'all don't want to run that. It's bad at times for sure, but when it works, it works. And then 3 Imperms to round off the hand traps. I think it's 12 hand traps. Yeah, it's 12 hand traps. So like I said, 40 card main deck. We get to the extra deck. 2 Phantoms. It's debatable to run 3. When I run the FiendSmith stuff, I might run 3. I've been highly considering a 3rd one for a while now, only because like I've been having a lot of grind games recently where it's like I'm linking off a Phantom into Phantom, and then we go mid game. I've gotten rid of both my Phantoms already, and my opponent still somehow is able to try to win. And I have to find out different ways to beat them other than just going Phantom again and popping off and starting the whole Yubel shenanigans over. I see why a lot of OCG players are running 3. 2 is good. If you're on a budget, you can run 2 for sure and get away with it. But for people who run 3, like, I don't blame you. Like I said, I'm heavily considering a 3rd. I don't know yet. Then the Veradress train package. I love train packages. It's still so many games. I'm really big on simplified game states, guys, and I win a lot because of the train package because some Yubel players cut it. And I think they're goofy for that because, especially if you don't have the FiendSmith stuff or don't want to afford it, this is like one of the best things you can do. And I might even keep at least Gustav Max, even when I get the FiendSmith stuff, because I just like winning in time. Time is a thing. We have to take advantage of every little win con we can when we trying to just win this game in general. So, and then also too, just Yubel crash, main phase 2, game. That's AK damage right there. So, really good, really powerful. I added back Typhon for locals. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's won me some games. Actually, it hasn't really won anything. It helped, But every time I had to bring it out, it just didn't really do much. Like, I might cut it again, and I'll honestly, if we've been real, but I have been running Typhon, and he has been in the deck when I've been doing good, and I have brought him out in matches I've won, so he's done something. I just don't feel like it's that good. Bro, Nightmare Griffin put in work. A lot of decks just can't play on the Nightmare Griffin. When you Griffin lock people, especially like Snake Eyes or random rogue decks, they just sit there looking ugly because you make Griffin, make Phantom. Phantom's next to Griffin. They have to attack the Phantom with Nightmare Fang. Griffin's telling them they can't use their special summon monster effects. A lot of players just scoop and go to game 3. This definitely helped me out against a Mana Damn player the other day, and it's really good, man. SP Little Knight, Axis Code Talker, Mudcracker, Almirage. I rarely do the Almirage play nowadays. I can see cutting it. However, it's for those times when you just have a really bad hand. I'm more than likely going to cut it when I get my FiendSmith stuff. Yama, Rage, Anguish, Appaloosa. Appaloosa is insane. Do this card need to get banned? Let me know in the comments down below. A lot of players are calling for Appaloosa to get banned. If it gets banned, we have other Yubel has other ways to play. I just added add a third Phantom. But right now, we're going to run it while it's still legal. And then my side deck really hasn't changed much since the YCS. 2 Bestials. I could argue and add a third, but this has been good so far. 1 Drill Swarm, 1 Magnemite, 2 Lightning Storms, 1 Feather Duster for heavy backrow decks, 1 Anti-Spell for those heavy spell decks. I mainly side 3D Barrier, 3 Adjustments almost for every game when I go first. Really good. If we're going against 10 pies, you just keep these in your side deck because they're going to make you go first regardless. And then right off the side deck, 3 draws. We're in FiendSmith format, and this is good. It's still pretty good against Snake Eyes decks, but I have noticed now, especially after playing yesterday against a Snake Eyes FiendSmith player in my locals, I impermed, Veilered him, and drove him, and because of the FiendSmith stuff, he still was able to play. So we definitely are in a tier 0 format. I was just fortunate enough that he didn't know all the FiendSmith combos, so he ended on a meteoric board. But yeah, this card is like a necessary evil to kind of make your opponent end on a less optimal board, which is what happened to my opponent I played yesterday. So this is my pure Yubel deck in detail. Like I said, this is non-FiendSmith stuff. It's definitely good for locals. I think if you're going to take this deck to a YCS, you may be able to make day 2, maybe even top, but I feel like once people figure out a lot of the FiendSmith stuff and play the stuff properly, you're going to have a hard time without running the FiendSmith stuff, but you could definitely win without it. Like, we just saw a guy on the WCQ stream winning with Ancient Gear Beats. That dude's a freaking legend, bro. I hope he tops. Like, winning on stream with an Ancient Gear deck is insane, especially in the Tier 0 format. All right, man, it's your boy Rogue Hero. Finna get this deck list uploaded to YouTube while it's still Saturday, and I'm signing out, man. Peace and stay innovative, guys. Deuces, you guys have a great rest of your day.